We've all been there. It's the end of a long day. You're exhausted. And you tell yourself you're just going to unwind for 5 minutes on your phone. You open an app, and suddenly that quick check turns into a 30-minute scroll spiral. Before you know it, you're looking at someone else's perfectly curated living room, their meticulously styled kids, or their highlight reel vacation. And right there, in the quiet glow of your screen, that little voice whispers, "Why doesn't my life look like that? What am I doing wrong? I am falling so far behind." You close the app feeling heavier, emptier, and less secure than you did 5 minutes ago. If that sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You are not alone. You aren't failing. Welcome back to Learning the Light. I'm your host, Danielle, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. Whether you're listening on your Wednesday morning commute, doing chores around the house, or just taking a quiet moment for yourself, thank you for inviting me into your week. Today, we're jumping right into episode 4 of our Real Life Christianity series, and we're tackling a heavy hitter: comparison and security. Theodore Roosevelt famously said that comparison is the thief of joy. But in today's hyper-connected, filter-heavy world, it feels like an outright home invasion. It steals our peace. It distracts us from the specific blessings right in front of us. And it creates a wedge between us and the purpose we were designed for. So today, we're shining a light on that scroll spiral. We're going to talk about why it happens, how insecurity masks itself in our daily lives, and most importantly, how we can practically step out of the comparison trap and anchor our worth back where it belongs. Let's get into it. So let's start at the very beginning. The root of comparison. We just talked about that social media spiral in the intro, but let's be honest, comparison didn't start with smartphones or Instagram. It's a human struggle as old as time. It is our natural instinct to look to our left and to our right to gauge how well we're doing. But here's the hard truth about the comparison trap. It doesn't just steal your joy for a moment. It completely blinds you to your own life. When you're so intensely focused on the path someone else is walking, you stop watering your own grass. You start missing the small, quiet miracles happening in your home now, in your own relationships, in your own heart, because you're too busy staring at someone else's harvest. Living out real life Christianity means we have to be honest about the constant tension we live in, the battle between our faith and our flesh. In our faith, we know the truth. We know we are uniquely designed. We know we are loved, purposed, and walking a path that was specifically laid out for us. We know our worth isn't tied to an aesthetic, a job title, or a perfectly clean kitchen. But then there's our flesh. And our flesh is loud. It wants validation. It wants to know we are keeping up and measuring up to the standards of the world. Modern expectations and social media just throw gasoline on that fire. We aren't just comparing ourselves to our literal neighbors anymore. We're comparing our everyday, messy, behind-the-scenes reality to the heavily edited highlight reels of millions of strangers. Our flesh looks at that and whispers, "See, you are so far behind." But I want to challenge that thought right now. You cannot be behind on a path that was uniquely designed just for you. Your timeline is not their timeline, and your calling is not their calling. That constant state of comparison we just talked about, it is the ultimate breeding ground for insecurity. When we spend all our time measuring our messy, everyday lives against someone else's highlight reel, insecurity is the inevitable result. But where does that insecurity actually start? Most of the time, it stems from a misplaced identity. When we tie our core worth to things that are temporary and constantly shifting, like our accomplishments, our physical appearance, our status, or how put together we look to the outside world, we are building our house on incredibly shaky ground. The minute one of those outward things falters, our entire sense of self comes crashing down right along with it. And I want to touch on how this sneaks into our faith, because I think this is something we just do not talk enough about. Have you ever experienced what I call spiritual imposter syndrome? It's that heavy feeling when you look around and think, I don't pray as eloquently as she does. I don't know my Bible as well as he does. My quiet time is chaotic, my faith feels messy, and everyone else here seems to have it completely figured out. It makes you feel like you aren't a good enough Christian. But listen to me. That is insecurity masking itself as humility, and it's a lie. Grace isn't a competition, and it certainly isn't dependent on you performing perfectly. So how do we actually start untangling this in our real lives? We have to get incredibly practical. And that starts with recognizing our specific triggers. Insecurity rarely just appears out of nowhere. It's usually sparked by something very specific. Maybe for you, it's a certain app that always leaves you feeling drained the second you close it. Maybe it's a specific environment where you constantly feel the need to perform or pretend. Or, and this is a tough one, maybe it's a specific relationship or conversation that consistently leaves you feeling less than. Here's my actionable challenge for you this week. Pay attention to your emotional temperature. When do you suddenly feel that sharp drop in your confidence? What were you just looking at? Who were you just talking to? Once you can identify those specific triggers, you can start putting up the necessary boundaries to protect your peace. So we've identified the triggers, right? We know what sends us spiraling. But how do we actually step out of that comparison trap and back into the light? The answer isn't just trying harder to ignore everyone else. It is actively shifting our focus back to the specific assignment God gave us. And there's a verse in Galatians chapter 6, and it's verse 4. And that hits the nail on the head for this exact struggle. In the New Living Translation, it says this: "Pay careful attention to your own work, for then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done, and you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else." Now let's actually pause and break that down, because there is so much freedom hidden in this one sentence. Paul, the author of Galatians, gives us a 3-step progression here. First, he says, pay careful attention to your own work. Other translations say, test your own actions. What is your own work? It is your specific calling in this exact season. It is your home, your relationship, your healing, your faith. Notice that he says to pay careful attention to it. Comparison is the ultimate distraction. When you're looking sideways at what someone else is building, you are neglecting your own foundation. You cannot steward what God has given you if your eyes are constantly fixed on someone else's field. Then Paul moves to the second part. For then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done. This is where it gets theological. God is the one who distributes gifts, talents, and assignments. 1 Corinthians 12 tells us that we are all different parts of the same body. You were not equipped for someone else's assignment. If you try to run their race, you will be exhausted and unfulfilled because you don't have the grace for it. But when you are obedient with your portion, even if it feels small, even if it feels quiet and hidden from the world, there is a deep soul-level satisfaction that comes from knowing you are doing exactly what God asked you to do. And that leads to the final promise of the verse. And you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else. Do you see the sequence? Freedom from comparison isn't achieved by just telling yourself to stop comparing. It is the natural byproduct of being fully engaged in your own God-given life. When you are vertically aligned with God and actively cultivating the territory He gave you, you literally lose the appetite for comparison. The urge fades because your hands and your heart are already full. So practically, how do we live out Galatians 6:4 this week? First, curate your inputs. You are the gatekeeper of your own peace. If seeing a certain account makes you feel less than, mute it. Protect your mind so you can be careful and pay attention to your own work. Second, practice hyper-specific gratitude. Not just, I'm thankful for my family, but you can say, Lord, Thank you for this specific, messy, loud, beautiful season under my roof. When you thank God for the specific details of your life, you water your own grass. And finally, replace the negative self-talk with grace. When that voice whispers that you are falling behind, you answer it with the truth of this scripture. Remind yourself that you cannot be behind on a path that was uniquely designed just for you. Before we wrap up today, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I just want to take a quick moment to pray over you. Lord, thank you for every single person listening to this right now. We confess that in this noisy, hyper-connected world, it is so easy to get caught up in the highlight reels around us. We ask that you would forgive us for the times we have doubted your goodness because we were too busy looking at someone else's portion. We ask you to quiet the noise of comparison in our minds this week. When insecurity whispers that we are not enough or that we are falling behind, gently remind us of your truth. Give us the discipline, the grace, and the strength to pay careful attention to the beautiful, messy, and completely unique work you have placed right in front of us. Help us to water our own grass, to find deep joy in our current season, and to rest securely in the identity you have given us. We love you, and we thank you for the path you have specifically designed for us. In Jesus' name, amen. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a quick midweek takeaway. If you find yourself slipping into that scroll spiral later this week, if you feel that familiar, heavy weight of insecurity creeping in, I want you to stop, take a physical break, take a breath, and say out loud, I am paying careful attention to my own work. Let that be a gentle reset for your mind and your spirit. If this episode resonated with you today, or if you know a friend who is fighting this quiet battle of comparison right now, would you do me a favor and share this episode with them? Sometimes just knowing you aren't the only one struggling is exactly the light someone needs to hear. I would also love to hear how you are actively shifting your focus this week. Come join me in the conversation on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, and we are now on YouTube. Just search at Learning the Light Podcast. Let's encourage each other to stay in our own lanes and celebrate the unique seasons we are in. Thank you so much for spending part of your Wednesday with me. I know we got this uploaded a little late this week, but I do appreciate it. It is the end of summer, and Bella had her end of year or end of camp field trip today, and we went to SeaWorld, so that was fun. Next week, we are bringing it all home and wrapping up our Real Life Christianity series with episode 5. And I cannot wait to share it with you. Until then, keep your eyes on your own beautiful God-given path and keep learning the light. Have a great week.